Hey lovely viewers, welcome to our channel The Simpsons 24 Hours. The long-running animated hit The Simpsons proves once again that no genre is off-limits of mystery. A new ranking highlights the show's 10 greatest mystery-themed episodes, showcasing how Springfield blends suspense, humor, and clever storytelling. Many of the top entries come from the show's early golden era, especially seasons 1 through 8, when the writing was at its sharpest. Episodes like The Boy Who Knew Too Much turn Bart into a key witness in a courtroom mystery, while Homer the Vigilante follows the hunt for the elusive Springfield cat burglar, though with a hilariously underwhelming reveal. Fan-favorite villain Sideshow Bob plays a major role in several standout entries. In Black Widower, Bart uncovers Bob's deadly plan through sharp observation and clever deduction, making it one of the show's most tightly written mysteries. Meanwhile, Sideshow Bob Roberts mixes political satire with investigative twists inspired by real-world scandals. Other episodes lean into parody, like Bart of Darkness, a tribute to Rear Window, where Bart suspects Ned Flanders of a shocking crime. Even modern entries like EI8HT from Treehouse of Horror XXXIV bring darker, more complex mystery storytelling, with Lisa tackling a chilling case involving cryptic clues and multiple murders. While not every mystery hits the mark, the best episodes stand out for their balance of intrigue, satire, and signature Simpsons humor. Together, they prove that even after decades on air, the show can still surprise audiences and keep them guessing. The Simpsons' 10 Greatest Mystery Episodes Ranked. There is practically no genre The Simpsons can't do. Sports, thrillers, science fiction, romance, drama. The list goes on. At the top of its game, this show also wields mysteries as well as any other animation giant. Having said that, there are plenty of Simpsons mysteries that fail to entertain or intrigue. Now that it's in the middle of its 37th season, the show has released its fair share of misfires. Most of the best mystery plotlines fall into the show's first 8 seasons. There are also some episodes that have only a slight amount of mystery, which the following list will try to avoid. Bart the Fink, for instance, only includes a little bit of investigating and doesn't really create any actual doubt that Krusty is still alive somehow. In order to qualify as a mystery episode, the elements of the genre have to feature more prominently in the episode's narrative. Granted, some of the best ones aren't mysteries the whole way through, but they have enough of the characteristics to qualify and bring comedic nuance to tried-and-true tropes. Ranked by how much they lean into the mystery genre, how successfully they follow the genre beats, and obviously their humor, these 10 episodes are the best mysteries The Simpsons has to offer. The Boy Who Knew Too Much. Season 5, Episode 20. Season 5's The Boy Who Knew Too Much starts off with Bart gazing outside, wishing he didn't have to go to school. This leads to an entertaining manhunt, and Bart winds up at the Quimby compound. Still hiding, he witnesses Quimby's nephew Freddy make fun of their French server. He also becomes the only witness to what appears to be a relentless beating. But Freddy is innocent, and only Bart knows it. Nor can he admit it, unless he wants to get some hardcore detention from Principal Skinner for skipping school. Since we can trust Bart, this isn't a mystery for our protagonist to unravel, but rather a mystery for the audience to ponder throughout the narrative. How is Freddy not guilty? But The Boy Who Knew Too Much is still funny enough on the whole to make up for the superficial treatment of the courtroom drama. Homer the Vigilante begins with someone breaking into the Simpson household, distracting their dog and Homer with sausages, and stealing a variety of items. According to his calling card, his name is the Springfield cat burglar. He steals from others too. Since the police are unable to make any progress, everyone ramps up their home security. The neighborhood posse does more harm than good, and they're so inept at catching the cat burglar that the infamous man calls in to speak to Homer during a news interview. The fact that this entire episode revolves around this case makes it especially disappointing that we find out the criminal's identity in such an anticlimactic way. Grandpa simply tells them and explains how he found out. It would have been much better if we saw these clues scattered throughout the episode from Abe's perspective, but oh well. The message about underestimating the elderly is still very wholesome. Bart isn't having a good day at the beginning of this brilliant Season 3 episode. But it gets worse. He winds up at Fat Tony's with guns pointed at his face. Luckily, it gets much better immediately. Thanks to a race that has a few of the funniest TV Easter eggs in the show, Bart is given a job as bartender. The mystery element of the episode only comes into play in its final third, when Principal Skinner goes missing and is presumed murdered. The police are incredibly incompetent, posting "Have you seen my body?" signs and hiring a psychic. Plagued with guilt for telling the mobsters that Skinner caused him trouble, Bart dreams about getting the death penalty. Though the mob claims they didn't kill Skinner, the fact that he's missing makes us question what else could have happened to him. Well, it's something pretty cartoonish, but it's still an amusing detail in a story that basically provides constant laughter. Sideshow Bob Roberts is one of the best political episodes in the series. Much of the first act has to do with Sideshow Bob's release from prison, and the second act has to do with his mayoral election. Only the third act involves mystery tropes, at which point the episode makes its obligatory allusion to all the president's men, followed eventually by a reference to a few good men. The mystery storyline may not last as long as some others, but its humor and natural placement in the story nonetheless makes it among the series' most enjoyable. In a time when paranoia over voter fraud is so prevalent, it's interesting to watch The Simpsons take the concept of misleading ballots to such a delightfully absurd degree. This is one of the strongest episodes from Season 6, when Sideshow Bob episodes were both uncommon and uncommonly hilarious. The second segment begins with a terrifying alternative ending to Cape Fear, which perfectly sets the background for an investigation that occurs 30 years later. So many people have been brutally murdered that adult Lisa can't even find time to visit all the crime scenes, and the person who killed them all left the same message. Each victim was the first. But this maniac couldn't have killed them all at the same time. So, what does the message mean? Lisa goes to Sideshow Bob for help, a la Clarice Starling and Hannibal Lecter, but he's no help. It is so amusing to watch Lisa tell Bob that when he dies in a cell, no matter where she is at the time, I'll be dancing. Indeed, EI8HT is one of the best and scariest treehouse of horror segments of all time. It is much more gruesome than the typical Simpsons fare, but it's got enough laughter to balance out the gore. You've got to love when the incompetent podcasters arrive on a crime scene, and the twist at the end is satisfying enough. Bart of Darkness is one of the best Simpsons episodes that parodies a film. In this case, it's Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window. Bart has broken his leg and is now confined to his bed for the rest of the hot summer. As he uses a telescope to spy on his neighbors, he sees Flanders apparently confessing to the slaughter of his wife. At that point, Bart tries to uncover the dark truth. Bart can actually be pretty good at figuring things out when he puts his mind to it, but this time he's lost enough of his marbles for the audience to have a hard time taking his theory seriously. Moreover, anyone halfway familiar with Flanders' character knows there is simply no way he killed his wife. Nevertheless, it's still interesting to wonder exactly how all the pieces are going to fit together in the end. Episode 21, Aunt Selma desperately doesn't want to die alone, so she decides to start dating a convicted felon, Sideshow Bob. While we begin with the backstory of how he was released from prison, Black Widower definitely makes the couple's romance seem semi-plausible. But Bart still doesn't trust him, and the audience therefore is nudged toward skepticism as well. We later get explicit confirmation that something's up, which makes the audience wonder how Bob's plan is supposed to pan out. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.